Up watching video games, but it is Movistar Riders and Cyclowns going at it. Cyclowns will be on the offense, and they are going to run a pharmacy of all things. And here comes the Sombra already in the back. That's Neptuno.
You got to be careful. I mean, he is such a huge threat, right? He just becomes another DPS threat at this point. And when they've already got Finzi, Logix, and Swoosh having largely contributed in most of these team fights, adding on another damage dealer. But Kosti goes down first. Things are looking good for Cyclowns as they are entering onto the point. Nice kill onto Logix, and now they're just cleaning house on the side of Cyclowns.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter. Once you get 2 kills on this map, your reinforcement should go a little bit better. Yeah, the trades are always okay here, but coming up over the top, they have absolutely crushed it. First point, not a point you expect to hold real long anyway, but perhaps a little longer than that you would like. The silver lining here, of course, would be that Neptuno, despite dying and not getting probably the most visible work done, already has EMP up. So, well, close to it. Close enough for Sombra's sake.
We see teams have a lot more success generally here on point B, and especially with this EMP, it's going to really slow down the snowball effect that we normally see here on these assault maps right now as Cyclowns make their approach on in. They've got the health pack control. Swoosh gets the first kill onto Epsi, and already Cyclowns have to back out of this.
It's why I've always loved Sombra on this map, is because when you're in offense, you rely on that Mega below. Sometimes if you lose one healer, you can still go down there and pick up the pack, and you're fine. And if you could take that away on defense, that's so much healing. It's such a central position. You're already down there retreating anyway. It's on one of your getaway paths, so you can try to get out. So that's such an important pack, and it lets your team use it on defense to charge it up. That's why, really, if you're doing your job as a Sombra, you should have it up every other fight, guaranteed, and sometimes every fight.
That's why we already see Neptuno. He's at 45, almost 50% so far, as they do push forward from Cyclowns. They use that sound barrier. They got the first kill onto Dante. Here comes the pulse bomb out from Devin. It connected, was able to force out the DMAC onto Finzi, and now they're starting to clean up. But once again, Logix taking out the pharmacy duo by himself.
So important, though, because look at the percentage for Epsi. He got the percent in the grave, but it was 99. He was going to have resurrection up. But, yeah, as I mentioned, I look on the bright side of life here, and they will have those ults up for next time. So I think you're going to see a very aggressive push, possibly a barrage come in from Pox, and then as long as Epsi can stay alive to bring them back, it should be okay. Now, the counterplay, of course, is EMP is up.
Yeah, or just even a hack. The nice thing about Anubis here is that you do have the verticality. You have those platforms on the pillars that you can use. You can just get up there with a chance. Look here, there's the EMP. It actually didn't quite connect, so he's able to Guardian Angel on out. But despite that, Movistar Riders just clean up as Cyclowns back out. And Neptuno, he should be able to get a decent amount of ultimate charge here, as Dante shouldn't be healing up.
It was done immediately again. Well, Logix just landed the pulse bomb before the fight started. Took out the tank. You're not going to go in without your tank onto an assault last, where you have to ace the other team for the most part to be able to capture this. So far, they've given up 0 progress. So as bad as that first defense looked, I mean, look, it's assault first. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just get rolled over. But really, where assault maps are made is this last point here. And Neptuno's done a great job of harass. Almost gets that. Lucio, does he have trans? Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he is out, but that's still just stalling and buying time. So even though they picked up that kill onto Logix, he's going to have more than enough time to get back onto the point and get it back into this fight. Now, they are, once again, trying to focus down Dante, but he is able to back out for now. He dropped down real low, but Logix, once again, comes in, takes out Pox, but there's a tempo res coming out from Cyclowns.
It's a tempo res, but all it really does is bring them back to full strength. You would like to have an advantage post-resurrection. They do not. EMP comes out again with a self-destruct, but the self-destruct not placed very well. Ends up in the corner, but it doesn't matter. Once you get a couple of these kills, it is over. They're able to shut that down. And we were talking about Summer before this. It doesn't. I don't even look anymore. I don't even look when Logix throws a pulse bomb. I know what happens. It doesn't matter. Interesting enough, Destro has switched to the Roadhog, which I like for this point in particular, to get that first kill, to get the entry kill. And one of the reasons I love Sombra, and this has nothing to do with gameplay or anything, when she translocates out, she goes, "See you later." I just love that line. I love that. Like, later, nerds. I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, well done. Logix, I mean, the last thing you really want to do is take a breather in front of Logix.
Yeah,
he's probably got pulse bomb. He is, he'll give you that parting gift. Bye, Felicia.
Look, he's already at 60% towards his next one, and he's been so impactful time and time again. And now we're seeing him at full health, right? Like last week he was playing with an eye infection, and now he's looking so good so far. Almost brought down, but Pox just wasn't able to land that secondary rocket, and we've got the hack out onto Pox. Neptuno
later
surviving with the sliver of health.
He does go out and finds himself into a Winston somewhere. Winston might not have been aiming for him. It's how Cleave works, and Neptuno will finally die. But he's got ult up, and you know, this is how you know that Movistar is feeling good right now. You rarely see fights out here, but when you're Logix, you're out there, and you've got Finzi behind you with the Diva. You're just living inside the Matrix, and you can truly dodge bullets in that scenario. And they're out there, and this defense looked really good. And I mean, the issue is that they've had to hold it for, I think it's like 7 minutes now. We're 5 minutes deep. We're 2.5 left, but it's down to about 2 pushes. I still think it comes down to the res. Never mind, they disagree. They're going to switch off of that, completely reset the clock here.
Yeah, one of the great things about playing that Sombra is that you have a person that can play basically scout, right? You go right into the back line, know that target, find out where he is, call it out, and then Movistar Riders goes in for the dive, and there they go. Once again, EMP comes on out, Logic connects with the pulse bomb. It feels like every single fight, he starts it off with the pulse bomb.
This is insanity. That should be the whole team kill. Destro is trying to get out with his life. They will desuit him, and very staggered out is Destro. That's going to hurt because you have to wait for your full 6 here. What's amazing to me is where they're taking these fights, and I think a lot of that is the Sombra, where you see them out there, and since you're running this divish defense anyway, if you see a chance for a good EMP, it doesn't matter if you're inside or outside, you just see a good chance for an EMP, and that's when your team has to come through and has to clean it up. There is a small window now where Neptuno will not have his EMP, so this should be a good push for them, but not a ton to work with on the side of Cyclowns. Blade comes in from Swoosh, and that's the noise his sword makes as it steals the soul of his enemies and is gone. 3 kills. That pushes over. Less than 90 seconds remain, Jamerson.
This is looking terrible for Cyclowns. I mean, they haven't even gotten a tick. Generally, we see at least teams being able to get onto the point, take protracted fights, take about 3 minutes for a fight to end, but they at least got a tick. But Movistar Riders, they're not even giving them that opportunity.
No, it's been brutal. And now they got to push into an EMP again. That's if they even get a push, because Logix is lurking with a bomb. They've got everything that they need going for them. They're going to try this entry. I think right side entry is the best way to get into Anubis last if you can actually get in. Logix doesn't even need his bomb, takes down Epsi. There goes Pox, 3 over. I mean, this fight's over. It's done.
Yeah, they might get a consolation kill. I mean, not even that at this point. Movistar Riders, their defense have been looking so immaculate, and this is the thing. They've been running this for so long. They haven't been afraid to run Sombra on defenses, on hybrid maps and on assault maps.
Consolation, was it going to make them feel better? Like, it's not going to change any of the impact of the game. They're going to have to push into 6 ultimates. Now the economy is equalizing, though. Last good chance for Cyclones, and I think you call this a success if you get a tick, if you get anything, because you've just been absolutely stonewalled here.
That gives you at least a win condition, instead of just hoping to draw at this point. But already they've pushed forward. They've got that nano blade at the ready. Swoosh with 3 kills. Latex just on the point by himself as the self-destruct comes on out, and it connects, taking out Destro.
And that Primal Rage is not even an ultimate, that's just how he feels right now. It's good to express your feelings, Winston. You let it all out. It was the loneliest Winston in the world as Latex dove in, and all the people he expected to come behind him, they're just dead and gone. That was rough, man. That was... most of all, I want to say, I don't even blame Cyclowns. That was a perfectly executed defense.
No, it was rinse and repeat. Movistar Riders, they've been running this time and time again. They know what they're doing, and there are very few teams that actually run this Sombra the way that Movistar Riders do. How do you scrim against that?
I don't know, you stumped me.
You just don't.
You know how difficult it is to make me at a loss for words? You have any idea how difficult that is? Well played, sir.
Got a win in my book.
You also nailed me earlier. Bye, Felicia. That got me pretty good. That's a solid reference I do appreciate. Next matchup, of course, will be ZP and Jason Kaplan. They will bring in you Esperati and Team Expert. I think they only threw the graphic up there so they could hear me say Esperati.
Yeah. One of the teams that...
I think Left Guy disagrees. Yeah, it's my favorite Italian restaurant, Esperati's. Good deep dish.
I've never actually been, but that's because we're on different...
It doesn't exist.
Okay. You say deep dish, and the thing is, I've been actually craving deep dish for the longest time.
Yeah?
In Southern California, there's maybe 3 or 4 places that you can find good deep dish, and they're so far away.
You know, this is terribly ironic because I much prefer California pizza to Chicago pizza. We'll have to just we'll do a house swap one week and we'll just hang out at different places.
Have you been to California Pizza Kitchen?
I have, yeah.
There's actually so many in California, which I don't understand why you would need that franchise in California.
Yeah, they should just call it Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah, right?
Seems redundant at that point. Well, yeah, pizza talk aside, it's going to be really rough going here for Cyclowns. A first point hold might be your best bet here because you give them any kind of momentum towards second, and they're going to try the same strategy as it's going to be Epsi running the Sombra here. Logix can do no wrong on Tracer. We'll see what he can do on Widowmaker.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fault him for trying this out, right? We've talked about it before. An offensive Widowmaker, all you really need is that one or that second pick. But now, we do have Destro getting a little bit ahead of himself, trying to hunt down Logix. So there's already 2 kills have gone over for the side of Movistar Riders. So that's just going to be point A for them.
It's over. It is over. As easy as that was. First point, tough to hold. I guess they're just about easy or just about even as far as where their EMPs were. I guess that's what we're going to use as a first point gauge now. It's like, well, who got a better EMP on that first point? Because no one's playing any sort of defense here. It's like the NBA All-Star game.
Just give me the rock. Give me the rock.
Epsi is going to be on that Sombra, as we mentioned. It's going to be so important. But they're already in here. They're already starting this fight. That's aggro. I mean, Logix switched off. Logix is on Roadhog now, and as I mentioned, I think Roadhog still has his place here on last point, but they weren't with him. I'm not sure what they were trying to get done there, but they didn't get punished for it.
Yeah, the idea there is that we've actually seen offensive Sombras come out, and they contest that health pack, right? Which is what they want to do. They just want to try and punish FC before he can get it, but he was able to get it. EMP comes on out. FC, with that, takes out Dante, and that's one of the biggest benefits of that EMP, right? Especially if there's a Zen on the other side. To get rid of 150 effective health right then and there, and then just melts him.
I think that when you EMP a Zenyatta, given that 150 of his health is shields, that he should just float up in the air, like, you know, the old cartoons where someone would die and the angel would float up on their body? That should be the animation. You shouldn't even have to deal the last 50 points. If you get a Zen in the EMP, he just dies.
I mean, he is just all robot, right? That's how EMPs work, but...
He's got a soul of a human, kind of, or a soul of any sort. Sombra comes in. As they try to come in right side here, Swoosh is going to get his counter number, and Pox right there. A couple of kills. You have to ace this set, though. You can't really lose anything on your offensive push if you expect to get progress, but they only need the tick. Keep in mind, Epsi does get taken down. He had EMP at the very end of that.
That's what I was banking on the entire time. Now Pox, though, he pulls out the blade, gets 1 kill, gets immediately taken out, and now they're already at about 20% on the side of Movistar Riders. They just need about 13 more with that cleanup on Davin. They might have just done it. Here comes the EMP. MC immediately falls to Neptuno, though, and now Cyclowns just coming in one by one. We've got the nano boost on to Logix there, who had swapped off onto Hog, and Movistar Riders just focus firing perfectly at this point, taking them out one by one.
You can stall all you want, but until you get a kill, you don't even have a chance of bringing this back right now. And if you can get 1 kill, you do have a chance to get 2. All the better, but still no one back here. Whole hog on to Davin, and they're trying all points for Valor, but this one has been over for a bit, unless they get a kill.
No.
But that was, what, 18 kills in a row for the offense there. I mean, as they came back on and kept trying to stall. Great for them so far. Maybe they'll switch it up. And overall, the Sonic Arrow comes out, and defense has taken option 2. And I think a lot of this is, we've seen this before, can the Tracer get anything going on early down there? And if they do, collapse on the offense.
Yeah, so they are actually holding up pretty close here. It's right before they even get into the car wash now, but Swoosh starting to take the high ground. They're pushing forward with the rest of Movistar Riders. They force Destro out of his suit.
Yeah, Destro being out is going to hurt them a lot. It's going to open up a lot of space for the hit scan to come in here, and that's just another person down. Pox will fall to Kolsty. That's 2 quick kills for the offense as they continue to move. They're still regrouping with that. Well, that's actually the finishing kill onto Destro, who just desuited there for a while. But it's still going to mean that they have to fall back here. They don't want to bleed anyone else, but as I say that, Swoosh looks for more in the back. Dash reset is a mechanic, and that's exactly what's going to happen there. What are you laughing?
It is definitely a mechanic, but man, again, take a look at this push coming out from Movistar Riders. Largely uncontested, 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on their clock as they push in. They got all these staggered kills also, so they're going to get a lot more free push. It looks like there's just the Lucio on the payload right now, but man, that was one hell of a push. I mean, it was basically about to Cyclowns just not... Oh, wow, Logic's unfortunately going to eat another sleep dart there. Goes down, but it's not the worst, right? It's Tracers who'll be back into this fight very shortly.
I mean, the tragic part about that defense was they wanted to go back and reset. They wanted to go back and so they could contend a little bit, but they were just getting chased so hard there. Defense is so important right now. Polsky has a sliver of health. Colsey will finally die. They finished the kill on him, but not before Swoosh gets a couple. They have to burn some ults to be able to hold here, but I'm totally fine. You have to win one fight in here just to be able to take the position you want on the defense. I say it every time because it's that important. The first fight in here means so much, but they're still not completely out of the woods yet as Swoosh and Logix combine to get a couple of kills, and they're still going here.
Yeah, this is incredible coming out from Movistar Riders. I mean, you know, before this matchup, we were really looking towards Logix and Swoosh, of course, as the Tracer and Genji duo to do a lot of work, and they have so far. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. They've almost pushed it through second. Now, we do have a contest coming on now. Pulse Bomb not quite connecting from Logix, but that does force out the entirety of Cyclowns onto the low ground. Primal Rage is going to be used by Latex there. Sound Barrier comes on out. Transcendence will end on the side of Movistar Riders, but Logix already picked up the kill onto FC.
Yeah, very back and forth. What the defense did well this time is they were able to regroup and come in. This was their plan on first to be able to get back in here, but it is Logix again with the double kill. Destro does his namesake proud self-destruct over the top, takes down a couple that should be enough to stabilize. Another nice sleep dart means that they will finish off Finzi later at their leisure. And still waiting here. Yeah, they need to completely reset. Defense will finally get their first holds, and they can take a breath, and so can we. Whew.
I mean, we do see a lot of teams struggle once it gets to that, like, final 5 meters of the shuttle stage as Cyclowns, they just have that, Cyclowns have that respawn advantage in distance, right? And so they were able to trickle in slowly and gain the advantage in the team fight as Movistar Riders pushes forward again. Swoosh has that Dragon Blade at the ready. He's gonna go in, he pulls it out, and immediately they jump right on top of the Ana, takes FC on down.
No dart for FC, able to connect there. Swoosh and Logix still being the brothers in back, able to get a couple. Davin has found a little bit, but only a little bit as he tries to get through the cart. Swoosh will take that free dash reset and reset his abilities there. Swoosh has been unstoppable here. And you can try to deal with them with sleep darts, things like that. Latex has been not in position to help out, and this untethered offense just going after it. They've been so aggressive on the chase on this map.
Yeah, 4 minutes now on the clock for Movistar Riders, and this final portion, this is where a lot of teams actually are able to mount a really good defense, but already Movistar Riders are contesting the high ground. They are going to have to back away, though.
Yeah, you would like to get the card around the corner here. You can get choked out on this point. Finzi will get his mech back thanks to the Money Blaster. And there's a Transcend coming out, going to mitigate a lot of this boosted Winston Destruct over the top. And I know there's a lot of places that it's hard to hide on this map.
Crusade was just inches away from actually making it into cover. But nice biotic nade comes on out. It doesn't matter though. Neptuno cleaning up FZ, and now the defense forced to back away. Cyclowns, they're really running out of time, running out of distance. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock, 60 meters on the board. Movistar Riders on the final stretch.
Right, well, the Blade will come in. They need to find something here. Dante will fall to Pox, looking for a little bit more, unable to get exactly what he wants, and his counterpart, Swoosh, comes in, gives him a tutorial on the Dragon Blade. But even with those couple of kills, Destro's come alive as well. Man, this is really back and forth, but I think this generally favors the defense just because the respawn advantage you're going to have. Any trades are going to be good. Not in love with the Primal Rage pop, but you can use this here just to stall out and wait for your reinforcements. As long as no one else dies during this Primal Rage, it's a good call, and no one does. Full force now in here for Movistar.
Oh, Latex got dropped down real low. The Discord Orb is way too strong right now. Getty dropped really low. Pox almost died, but the Sound Barrier came out in time, and that's going to allow them to turn the tides of this battle.
Very nice as Destro and Davin combined. They needed these kills. They had to spend ults, but you can't take them to your grave, so why not? They will stabilize yet again. update on the status. A little over 2 minutes left for Movistar Riders. Their next push will very likely include another Dragon Blade, so Swoosh looking to single-handedly end it. It may be dueling blades. It may be samurai time here as Pac's getting close as well.
But on the side of Movistar Riders, they're going to be able to push forward the Transcendence with that. Cyclowns a little bit further behind, but they might be able to buy the time so far as Davin gets into the back line, but Logix pushes forward, isn't going to go for that battle.
He tries, finds a discorded Winston instead, and that... How did he live through
Oh, he thought he had it. He was trying to be cool, you know, like in the action movies where you just walk away from the explosion without even looking, but you looked away way too soon. There's Swoosh with the blade. He comes on now, finds the soldier, immediately takes him out of the equation. Transcendence is going to be used, and Puck tries to answer in kind with his own blade, but nothing coming of it quite yet. And now, Movistar Riders, they have the man advantage until Davin takes out Colsty, and it looks like the defense might have established himself, but no! Finzi and Lodge come right on back to trade.
Maybe, but Crusade is so close to getting his barrier. If he can get out here and stay alive. Unfortunately, he died. He needed to stay alive during that fight. Swoosh is able to avoid some of this. I still think it's time to reset, though. I think the offense, there's no way you actually win this fight against the spawn advantage that the defense is going to have. So get yourself in good position to get yourself one good fight.
What are they going to have for this fight? They've got the sound barrier coming up for Crusade. Destro has the tactical visor, and Latex has his primal rage. So these are really good ultis for that last fight. Movistar Riders don't really have much behind this possible final push.
Finzi's going to try to get himself in position, boost it around. I think they might want to get him up top if at all possible. That's exactly what happens, but they're going to have support ultimates to completely shut down. Wow, how does Helix Rocket taste?
He got spotted out way too quickly, and it was just, you know, time running out for Movistar Riders. They just had to try and brute force it in. Neptuno was able to finally trade on back, but once again, we're coming to that respawn distance where it really does favor the defenders. Davin connects with the pulse bomb, takes out Swoosh. Here's a Transcendence coming out for Cyclowns to put the final kibosh on this final push from Movistar Riders.
Just showing off with that Transcend there. Hopefully it doesn't backfire because they're getting people back in here right now against all odds. They're dancing around, unable to get the kills. So you need to start seeing a little bit of red on the left side of that kill feed. And after a couple stabilizing fights, worked out really well for them. Cyclones will prevent the payload from being pushed to the end. I like to imagine that once you push to the end, that rocket launches, goes to the moon.
Yeah, it's like when you get to that final level in Tetris.
Yeah, like
or like not final level, but it's like if you get enough, if you get like 20 levels in, right, you get that the spaceship, space rocket ending there.
I've transferred my Tetris skills, which were like minimal to begin with, but I was okay at Tetris, to like packing storage units and packing moving trucks. Like that's all my friends talk about. Like, oh, we got to Tetris the heck out of this one if we want to fit all this stuff in here. Should have got a bigger car.
Or trying to pack for a 5-week tournament.
Yeah,
comes in handy.
That suitcase was not Tetris. That was everything that I own that's halfway decent, just in there and thrown into the suitcase, and then I sat on it and zipped it up.
Just got to iron everything once you unpack. We know the struggles, but now Movistar Riders, they struggled there in the end. They had about 4 minutes to finish off the third phase. So Cyclowns, they have a definite win condition here in this third map, in this fourth map, and they need this win as, you know, Group D, Group of Draw. It can go either way.
Yeah, this map will not be going to a draw. We will not be going to a second round here. As you mentioned, win condition, rather simple. Get it to that yellow box on the ground or play defense. I not seen a whole lot of defense today, but...
Well, we saw it out of Movistar Riders on Anubis. Which was...
That's true. That's true. Wow, how quick my memory is. You know, they say that sleep is like the #1 factor of your memory, and I think combined in the last like 8 days, I've had 7 hours of sleep, something along those lines. Something about this Denver air does not allow me to sleep very well, but that is neither here nor there. And we'll see. I think both teams, again, where do you want to set up on defense? I want to see where Logix is set up because... Yeah, you see the
He's
Tracer
all the way around back, yeah.
This is so much about can the Tracer get something early or get enough damage early that your Winston will come around the bend and help, and then you start fighting here. It's kind of this half measure of do we play super aggro or not, and it's so much determined by where the Tracer is, which is why you see Widows even looking over to that room now, because it's a known strat. Davin gets the better of the TVT, so that strategy is gone. The defense will now have to play on the higher ground. Winston doing some zoning out on both sides here, as so far no deaths have come in, but might be coming in soon. no, just kind of just going to retreat, give up ground.
Yeah, we're seeing similar defenses so far, but the difference here is that Movistar Riders are actually able to regroup here, where Cyclowns kind of just trickled in one by one and then just gave up first for free at this point.
So still, like, no kills throughout this game. This has been kind of an odd one. The only one at TVT earlier. Neptuno and Puck's gonna change that quickly as it turns into a 5v5. Still no great advantage on either side. Still looking to open it up. But now Movistar has lost a couple. Swoosh has something to say still. Back and forth, alternating. Davin.
Oh! That's actually a really big blunder. That is going to allow Movistar Riders come back in. Swoosh has that Dragon Blade at the ready. He lost sight of the Zenyatta for a second. And now, with a sliver of health, we'll clean up Destro there. And then Movistar Riders, they were on the brink of losing that first point, but the blunder coming up from Davin, I mean, he was doing so well up until that point.
So Jason Kaplan just came around the corner and gave me a look like he wants me to say he pulled his Apis, but I won't do it. I won't stoop to that level. Blowing yourself up by a pulse bomb is not limited to one in particular person. They're now even. They both blown themselves up with it. Yes, I will throw you under the bus, Jason, and no issues with it. But that's brutal. You're right. As funny as it was, to me at least, because I've been there, so I can laugh at it. Completely turned the fight around. Completely turned it around, and the Dragon Blade, very nice there from Swoosh as they come in. They do Sound Barrier over the top, an interesting dive to try to get in. Not necessarily the kills they want, although they have evicted Finzi from the top spot, which is a big deal in trying to get pushed in on this offense. Dueling Zoomyatas out here. Finzi rotating around, though, going to look for a tactical visor opportunity if they even need it, but they've already been largely pushed down here.
Yeah, Logix cleans up that kill onto Epsi, but Crusade does answer on back. We have the tactical visor coming out from Finzi, but he's not going to find much of it yet. He had a really interesting flanking position there, pushed through the health pack room onto the lower stairs, but he does back off. He's going to regroup with his team. And now, 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock for Cyclowns.
Pox got very low there. That would have stalled them out even more. This is the time for Cyclowns. They have both of their huge DPS ults up. This is where you make your name and dive. Can your blade work? Can your bomb work? Can you get it done? Because the other side, Logix and Swoosh, they've got it done. Beautiful start from Davin.
Yeah, Neptuno gone, so even if they weren't tracking ultis, they know for sure the Transcendence is gone. This is their go button, but that's a huge bionic nade. Pox dropped down at 6 HP. He goes down. Davin was able to pick up the kill onto Logix now, so they still have the man advantage, and with that Discord Orb, they will take out Colsty, and now things looking great for Cyclowns.
Swoosh is going to pop the blade anyway. I mean, I use the word ambitious, and I think people know what that's code for a lot of time. That was something that you would like to have that one back. Logix does get in with their kill, but it doesn't matter. They have extended the clock at the very least. Finzi finds himself out in no man's land. The Sudoku pact, as they both do those beautiful number puzzles together, does come through. They both go down, and this is as good of a push as you can ask for the offense, trying to ride this momentum. They've got the high ground already. Latex with Primal Rage too, so even if the defense is able to somehow steal away the high ground, can go up there and start knocking them about.
Yeah, but Logix, he's almost got another pulse bomb at the ready. They are contesting onto the point so far. Movistar Riders, Cyclowns starting to get some headway with this payload, but there we go. Oh! Logix!
That might raise the average. Just a little bit. Just a casual 3K pulse bomb, no big deal. It's just another day in the life of Logix.
I mean, I think he's gotten at least one 3-man pulse bomb in every series he's played so far. And he has not been disappointing so far with his Tracer play. Eichenwald was a little bit of a slower start, but now he's really looking a lot more comfortable on this Tracer. And man, once again, just add that to his highlight reel.
Hey, I mean, this whole match could be a highlight reel, except for Eichenwald. Yes, as you mentioned, that's something you'd like to forget. But, you know, you need amnesia to play Tracer like that, because sometimes you're going to die to a whisper of a wind in case it just happens. So you need to forget about it and move on and still play your game. Latex trying to get them off the top of the shuttle, but they're not even really up there. They're just taking bridge. He finds out and will start cleaving in there. The Primal Rage comes in, but a nice Transcend trying to follow them up, keeping everyone safe. Latex, meanwhile, is getting bullied down. While he has it, Finzi will finish him. And that is a Primal Rage that does not get a whole lot done either. I'm not sure they really need to be in here now. They're kind of playing with fire as they've already lost 2, and the high ground is on the defense.
Yeah, one of the issues, Cyclowns, when they use their sound barrier there, 3 of their three of their members are actually really low on health, about 2 or 3 bars each. So once that fizzles, if they don't heal through that, they're just going to be able to get cleaned up. And so we saw immediately once that sound barrier was going to go away, they had to immediately back on out. So now 50 seconds left on the clock for Cyclowns. Now 2 big kills. Neptuno and Logic's down.
So important. They need to get out and wait. Just get out and wait because they've got the Dragon Blade in there. I mean, you come in here and contest, but you should get respawns and get a full 6. That's why Winston's waiting outside the door, going to come in at the last second, 25th hour, get on the card. Here comes a Blade in the backline, but shut down by the Tactical Visor. The Transcend was going to shut it down anyway. I guess you can look at that as the Dragon Blade forced out 2 ultimates, but it's a full team wipe on the side of Cyclowns. That will extend their clock, extend their life, but still probably 2 pushes to get it up to the hill, around the bend, and very close to the end.
Man, Cyclowns just playing on a razor's edge at every single point so far. This is just Destro cleaning up that last team fight. Cyclowns didn't have to use all of their ultimates they had at the ready. Now, Movistar Riders Davin versus Logic's facing off, but Davin has the health pack control. He's sitting at 93% towards his next pulse bomb. See if he can land a 3-man just like Logic's.
Well, can they catch this dive that comes in? They cannot, as Swoosh and Colsey combine for 2. I will say overall, though, I think Davin has had a much better game than he's had in some prior maps, so he's come alive warming up on the Tracer, but that dive does not get caught. They get in there, and just a nice execution from Movistar Riders on their offensive dive there. This is very likely going to be the last push. They can come in with the Primal, they can come in with Sound Barrier, they've got tools to use. But during this, Movistar is going to get some stuff. Latex gets in towards the back line, Neptuno all alone. Latex will die. Very back and forth, literally, as they alternate a couple of kills. Finzi gonna hold on to this until he absolutely has to use it. I think they feel decent about that trade. You should on defense.
Yeah, you definitely should. Once again, we have the respawn advantage as Davin gets the kill onto Neptuno. So that is the Transcendence gone, but they do have a really strong combo. That Tactical Visor, the Nano Visor.
Yeah.
So that's why we're seeing Cyclowns playing a little bit more passive here, but here comes the play from Swoosh.
Well, passive no more, forces out the Sound Barrier there. I like that the Primal Rage went with him, trying to knock people about. The counter dive comes in, and Dante has fallen. Unable to get something, but they do trade back and forth. Movistar had banked all of their ultimates in preparation for this fight, and that should be just about it. There will be some stall out maybe from this Tracer on the card. Discorded has to rewind.
Come here and get stabilized.
I gotta say, it does look like Movistar Riders gonna 4-0 Cyclowns here, who, you know, at the beginning of the day looked to be their biggest competition in groups. Statement set.
Yeah, definitely. With a 4-0 win like that, Movistar Riders, they might just be able to walk away with the advantage so far in this group. Remember, it is Group D, the group of draws so far. Man, Movistar Riders, they took a lesson out of Eichenwald, right? Remember how